The air hangs heavy with humidity as you approach Bellamy Bridge. The dense fog wraps around you, making each step feel like a journey into the unknown. Spanish moss drapes the ancient oaks like ghostly shrouds. The trees, with their twisted branches, seem to whisper secrets of the past. A shiver runs down your spine. You are about to enter a place where the veil between the living and the dead wears thin. The atmosphere is thick with anticipation, as if the forest itself is holding its breath. Bellamy Bridge, nestled in the Florida Panhandle, is not just a bridge, it is a portal to the past, a relic of a bygone era, standing as a silent witness to countless stories and secrets, a place where history and horror intertwine. Local lore whispers of a tragic tale passed down for generations. The bridge is more than just wood and stone, it is a keeper of memories, both beautiful and tragic. The legend speaks of a young woman, her wedding day stolen by a cruel twist of fate, her life cut short, her spirit tethered to the bridge forevermore. She was a bride, radiant and full of hope, until tragedy struck. They say she wanders the bridge at night, searching for her lost love, her mournful cries carried on the wind. The night air is filled with her sorrow, a haunting melody that chills the soul. This is the haunting of Bellamy Bridge, a chilling tale that has captivated and terrified visitors for over a century. Each visit to the bridge is a step back in time, a brush with the supernatural. Are you brave enough to hear her story? To walk the path she once did and perhaps feel her presence beside you? The year was 1830, a time when life moved at a slower pace and the world was a very different place. A young woman named Elizabeth Jane Bellamy was preparing for her wedding day, a day she had dreamed of since she was a little girl. She had fallen deeply in love with a handsome young man whose charm and kindness had won her heart completely. Their future seemed bright, full of promise and happiness as they looked forward to building a life together. But fate, it seemed, had other plans, casting a dark shadow over their joyous occasion. On the eve of her wedding, tragedy struck in the most unexpected and heartbreaking way. As Elizabeth crossed the bridge on her way to the ceremony, her carriage, for reasons unknown, plunged into the dark waters below. Whether it was a tragic accident or a sinister act of malice, no one knows for sure, and the mystery remains unsolved to this day. Elizabeth's body was never recovered, leaving her family and fiancé in a state of perpetual grief and uncertainty. The bridge, once a symbol of hope and new beginnings, became a site of despair and sorrow, its once bright future now overshadowed by the past. Locals whispered of a curse on the bridge, a darkness that lingered long after the tragedy, haunting the town and its people for generations. The tragedy of Elizabeth Jane Bellamy was only the beginning of the bridge's dark history. Her untimely death cast a long shadow over the structure, marking it as a place of sorrow and mystery. Over the years, the bridge became synonymous with strange occurrences and unexplained phenomena. Locals would often report hearing disembodied voices and seeing ghostly apparitions on foggy nights. Fires, as sudden as they were inexplicable, plagued the bridge. These blazes would erupt without warning, leaving behind nothing but charred remains and unanswered questions. The first bridge, built of wood, was consumed by flames in the late 1800s. The fire was so intense that it reduced the entire structure to ashes within hours. Then, in 1920, the second bridge, this time constructed of steel and concrete, met a similar fate. Despite being made of sturdier materials, it too succumbed to the relentless flames. Each time the bridge was rebuilt, the fires returned as if some unseen force refused to let it stand. It was as though the bridge was cursed, destined to burn again and again. Were these fires mere accidents? Or was there something more sinister at play? The repeated destruction led many to believe that the bridge was haunted by a malevolent presence. Some whispered that the fires were the work of restless spirits trapped on the bridge and seeking release. These tales of ghostly intervention only added to the bridge's eerie reputation, making it a place of both fear and fascination. As decades passed, the legend of Bellamy Bridge grew. Countless visitors claimed to have encountered something unexplainable while crossing the bridge. Some reported seeing a young woman in a white dress, her face obscured by the shadows, standing on the edge of the bridge, gazing down into the murky water. Others spoke of hearing a woman's blood-curdling scream echoing through the night, followed by an eerie silence. Cars driving across the bridge sometimes mysteriously stalled, their engines sputtering as if drained of power, and cameras, it seemed, had a habit of malfunctioning, their lenses fogging over or batteries draining inexplicably. These chilling encounters only served to cement Bellamy Bridge's reputation as one of the most haunted places in Florida. The haunting of Bellamy Bridge is more than just a local legend. It has become deeply ingrained in the fabric of Florida's paranormal folklore. The story of Elizabeth Jane Bellamy and the haunted bridge has been passed down through generations, told around campfires and whispered in hushed tones. It has been featured in countless books, documentaries and websites dedicated to the paranormal. The bridge has even attracted the attention of paranormal investigators from across the country, all drawn to its eerie history and the possibility of encountering the unknown. Section 6. Seeking Answers in the Shadows. Paranormal Investigations. Intrigued by the persistent reports of paranormal activity, numerous paranormal investigation teams have made their way to Bellamy Bridge. Armed with EMF readers, EVP recorders and infrared cameras, they have attempted to document the presence of the supernatural. Some investigators claim to have captured EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, of a woman's voice whispering, while others believe they have photographed apparitions and orbs of light that cannot be explained. While the evidence collected is often open to interpretation, there is no denying that something unusual seems to occur at Bellamy Bridge. Section 7. The Enduring Mystery of Bellamy Bridge. Despite the countless investigations and attempts to explain the strange occurrences at Bellamy Bridge, the mystery remains. Is the bridge truly haunted by the ghost of Elizabeth Jane Bellamy, forever searching for her lost love? Are the fires and other unexplained phenomena the result of restless spirits trapped between worlds? Or is there a more rational explanation, lost to time and shrouded in legend? Perhaps the answer lies in a combination of factors: a tragic history, a naturally eerie setting, and the power of suggestion. Section 8. A Chilling Destination: Visiting the Haunted Bridge. If you are brave enough to experience the chilling mystery of Bellamy Bridge for yourself, be warned. You are entering a place where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs. As you cross the bridge, especially at night, pay close attention to your surroundings. You might feel a sudden chill in the air, or hear the sound of footsteps approaching when no one is there. And if you're lucky, or perhaps unlucky, you might even catch a glimpse of the ghostly figure of Elizabeth Jane Bellamy, forever bound to the bridge that bears her name. Section 9. Conclusion. The Haunting Truth of Bellamy Bridge. The haunting of Bellamy Bridge is a chilling reminder that some stories, no matter how terrifying or unbelievable, refuse to be forgotten. Whether you believe in ghosts or simply appreciate a good ghost story, there is no denying the enduring power of this local legend. The next time you find yourself driving through the Florida Panhandle, take a detour to Bellamy Bridge. But be warned, you may not be alone.